Welcome to this week's Powerhouse.
Coming up this week, we've got all this.
In this week's travelogue of modified motors, this big mother could be more of a powerhouse than, dare I say it, the powerhouse itself. There you go, I said it. And we're foolishly let out to cast an eye over the Don of all shows. Yes, that's right, stand by for the Doncaster Show.
Meet Martin and meet Neil, and these guys have brought along a car to show us on the Powerhouse. Well, I call it a car, it's more like a train. In fact, it's so much like a train, we couldn't actually get it in today, so it's outside, as you can see. Now, guys, where have you come from, and what the hell is that monster all about outside?
We're from a company called Car Audio Labs, and we distribute car audio equipment throughout the UK. And major brand is Rockford Fosgate, and it comes from the States, and they produce everything to do with car audio, from amplifiers to speakers to the cabling and the connections and everything.
Right, well, I noticed that that's not actually a British type vehicle, so is that the influence there?
Yeah, definitely. Well, the companies that we get the gear from is stateside, so it has a very big influence on the way we've done it.
What is that vehicle?
It's a Chevrolet Suburban. It's a 95 model Chevrolet Suburban.
It's big, isn't it?
It's huge.
So how'd you get started on something like that, though?
In the States they have demonstration vehicles that tour the States, and we've tried to emulate that. Previously, 2 years ago, we had another American demonstrator which toured for 5 years, and so we thought it was time to replace it and get a new one.
Does it actually help the brand sort of grow, having a demonstrator like
Absolutely, yeah. The van's going to tour for probably the next 4 to 5 years, and thousands upon thousands of people are going to see it, and they're going to see the name and know it.
And come and buy from
Come and buy.
Hopefully. Do you sort of modify every year? I mean, the way it is this year, is it going to look like that next year? Or?
Right, well, every so often the company will actually remodel the shape and the features of the product. So, so it could well be at the end of this year, then we'll remodel it for the new shape amplifiers or new speakers or whatever. So it will change in its lifetime, yes.
How much work has gone into building it? I mean, it's a fabulous install. I mean, we can tell it's professional, lads.
Oh, right. Yeah, we've been working on it solidly for 4 months now, so it's been hard work.
We actually booked 6 months for it, though, and we were only given 4, so as you can probably imagine, it's been hard work.
So did you two guys kind of sit down and go through the design process of how you... Because, I mean, it is very well designed, in my opinion. I mean, it's...
Thank you.
So what happens? Do you kind of just sit down, pens, papers?
Yeah, we had a few sort of informal meetings up in the offices, mainly with sort of the people upstairs, the directors, etc. Discussed a few ideas, a few of our own ideas. They also chipped in a few of their ideas.
Which you dismissed and said, no.
But I mean, they have the final say on the budget and everything,
yeah,
so
of course.
We have to have some input from them. But I mean, most of the actual technical drawings and everything were from us.
And is that a standard format of the way you've laid everything out? Because, I mean, it's unbelievable the way everything's laid out. Is that...
Well, it's just a matter of you're given a set amount of equipment to get into the vehicle, and it's basically build the car to get the equipment in there and also look and sound good.
Well, that's the most important thing, isn't it? The sound. I mean, that's what it's all about. How loud will that system go in there? I mean, I wouldn't like to imagine.
We estimate probably about 145 to 147 decibels.
And then what does the human go deaf at?
Not far off that.
Yeah, it depends on the person, but in the region of 150 plus, and then you could be looking into possible long-term damage of hearing, yes.
Well, don't give me a lift anywhere for whatever you do. So, I mean, the way that you've actually positioned, say, you know, the subs and the speakers and such things, is that designed to give, you know, a quality to somebody sat in a certain position, or...
No, it's loud wherever you sit in the van.
How many speakers are actually in there?
Well, we have 12-inch woofers supplying the bass, and then for the rear passengers, we've got 6 speakers providing the rest of the frequency range, and then for the driver and passenger at the front of the vehicle, we've just got mid-range and tweeters to supply the sound at the front of the van.
And apart from the sound, you've got some other nice bits. I noticed quite a large screen in the back there.
Yeah, we've got a TV monitor and a DVD player. So oddments like that to stop us getting bored when we're at shows.
That's how much money's gone into this project?
A fair few pennies worth.
Yeah.
Enough to buy a small house.
Yeah, yeah. A small house in London.
House. Yeah. Right. So how much are we talking though? Like, is it?
We're probably looking at around about £20,000 to £25,000 worth of equipment. And then on top of that, you've got the cost of the vehicle as well as the labour.
The labour.
4 months' labour is quite a fair few pennies worth.
So you must have a great summer then, because I guess you just go around every show and just chill out.
Yeah, we spend 4 months a year cruising.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Just answering questions and things like that.
Absolutely.
What a blessed job.
I know, unbelievable. What are we doing?
So we can catch you at most of the major shows this year then?
Yeah. Generally we go to things like the motor show, custom car shows, sound off throughout the year, as well as our dealers often have open days, so we'll go down, make an appearance and promote the company from there. So.
Excellent. Well, if you want to see it, catch them at some of the shows, get down there, go on.
Well, listen, lads, I mean, that is outstanding. I've never seen anything like it before. It's brilliant. Thanks a lot for bringing it on.
No problem.
Thanks very much.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Hello and welcome to Doncaster Show. On this week's Powerhouse we're going to show you lots of different things.
And it's all really cool, check it out. I'm here with Stephen Dancer. He's the sales manager for Alpine in-car entertainment kind of stuff. Stephen, this is a fabulous car and very expensive as well, but that install's amazing. How much is that?
It's superb, isn't it? That would be in excess of £8,000 you'll find fully installed.
And how long does it take to fit and install like that?
That'll probably take about 3 or 4 days.
Well, nice as it is, it's not actually, well, it's a little obsolete now, isn't it? When was this one actually made?
The actual car itself was it was a 96 model. The install we did about 18 months ago.
And is this your car?
Not personally, unfortunately, no. Wish if it was, that's for sure.
So tell us a bit about the latest project then, which is over there.
Yeah, we're moving more and more into multimedia, which is obviously to take into consideration families. And so with the Chrysler Voyager, you've got absolutely everything in there you could imagine. PlayStation, VCR, CDV, DVD.
How many DVDs are in there?
Just the one, but there's a CDV player and a video as well as PlayStation.
How many screens are in there?
In total, there's 5 screens, including one in the sun visor as well, would you believe?
I saw that. How much would it cost to have an install like that in the car?
That actually would be more than the Diablo here. That would probably be in excess of £10,000.
And do you think that's the way it's going to go?
Most definitely. The market is moving more into multimedia rather than pure car audio, that's for sure.
What are you going to do next?
Who knows? The world's our oyster, really, but very much we're looking at mobile office, having now covered mobile entertainment.
So that's your fax machines, computers, internets?
Yeah, all accessed via GSM link and utilising the screens in the vehicle. Yeah, that's right.
Outstanding. Keep up the good work. Cheers. Thanks very much.
Cheers, thank you.
This is it, ladies and gents. This is a Peugeot 206 and it's the first modification done to it, and it is an awesome modification. This is Matt from Peugeot Ecos. Matt, what have you done?
Basically, we've taken the standard car. It was brand new about 3-4 weeks ago. It was originally a diesel, and we've pulled the engine out. We've put an engine from the more powerful 306 model, the 306 GTI. We've also upgraded the brakes, the suspension, done subtle styling modifications at present. But yeah, we've changed it quite a lot. There's a lot of people actually coming to the stand today saying that they weren't too impressed with the 206. You know, in standard form, with the looks and stuff like that. But now they've seen this car, you know, they're going to go out and maybe have a further look at them.
What else is to come on the car? I mean, I know it's not finished, you've got it ready for the show, so what's next?
Well, that's right. I mean, we've only had 4 weeks to work on it, so this is what we can do in 4 weeks. So, I mean, this is the first sort of stage of modifications. From now, we'll be taking a wee bit further. We'll be doing more work to the engine, more work to the bodywork, you know, an interior and perhaps a sound system and stuff like that as well, just to finish the car off.
Excellent. Well, we'll come and see you when it's all done, and for me, the number plate says it all. Tasty! Here we are on the Volkswagen stand with Club GTI. Got everything here from Polos, Mark III Golfs, Polo G40, bit underrated if you ask me. Mark II Golfs, we're having every conversion on the sun here from VR60s to G60s. These two are my personal favourites though, Golf Rallies. Tell me, which one would you pick?
A lot of people say that they don't like Capris, and when they look like this, neither do I, to be quite honest, but you got to appreciate that it is quite well put together and it's had quite a bit of work done to it. I've never seen anything quite like what's inside there, but it's pretty outstanding. And if you have a look at what's going on here, he's obviously won a few prizes as well. Keep it up, mate, that's good.
Here we are, we're in a McLaren F1 with Nick Evans from Grim Car. Nice to meet you, Nick.
Hi.
Right, now, why am I in here?
Probably because it's the most superb car in the world, sports car wise anyway.
Without a doubt. Now, you can hire this car, can't you?
That's correct, yes.
Now, for what reason would I want to hire this car?
Special occasions, weddings, birthday surprises, anything at all. If you know,
Get me to the church on time.
Exactly, yes. Definitely on time with this car.
And it's all chauffeur driven as well?
That's correct, yes.
That's brilliant. So what sort of price would we be sort of looking at?
Obviously it depends which part of the country you're wanting us to travel to. South Yorkshire region is which we mainly cater for. We're looking at £1,500 sort of, you know, with VAT.
For the day?
Usually for like a 2-hour period, that's what you get the hire of the vehicle for.
And what a 2 hours you'd have, believe me. Now, for one reason, the other reason we're sat in here is because this is our new project car. So, come on, Nick, let's go.
Right, I'm here again with another one of Ian Birch's creations. Birchie, where are you? We can't find you anywhere. But this one's got a VR6 in the front and a VR6 in the back. So personally, I don't give a stuff if Birch is here or not. Sadly, I don't think we're going to get to drive this one, but maybe next series, who knows? And as if by magic, I'm around the back of the car now, and I've been joined by a person who's been on our show before. It's Scott Morrison. Scott, how you doing?
Hi, Dave. How's it going?
Good, good. Are you having a good time here at the show today?
Yeah, I've been here for the full weekend as a guest on the Rev stand.
And how's the car going down? Are people liking yours?
Absolutely loving it.
You get loads of questions asked you about what to do, and people want to do it themselves and things.
Yeah, everybody wants to know basically how to tune a car up the best way they can.
Speaking about that, what do you think of one of these machines?
They're absolutely awesome cars, these are.
Have you ever had a go in one of these?
No, I met a couple of mates of mine who've got Golf GTIs, but that's about it.
This is like a twin VR6 engine, isn't it?
Yeah, they're, from what I know, they've got absolutely awesome power.
Yeah. Excellent. Nice to see you, Scott, and we'll get back in touch with you soon.
Also here at Doncaster Show, we have Craig Jones, the best stunt rider in the world. Isn't that right, Craig?
That's right, yeah. One of the few doing exactly what I do on Suzuki Bandits, 1200cc, very, very heavy bikes, very, very difficult machines to control and master. Once we've mastered them, then, well, you've seen the displays. Excellent.
Stunt riding, how did you start?
I started in areas not much bigger than this Doncaster Show today. It's very small areas, pub car park antics, like we all do. My background is motocross. I've ridden bikes for years and years and years, and I just progressed onto the big bikes and I started fooling around. I was noticed, I was offered a sponsorship, and I went from there.
Cool, and has it been going well then?
It's been going very well. It takes the time to get a foot in. It takes the time for people to know that you are there, and that you are somebody that's going to really kick ass. So that's what I've done, and it's just gone from strength to strength, and this is my year, and it will be my year.
So Craig, tell us about this show.
Well, what was exciting for me was the fact that the public here are very much car orientated. We've always been appearing at motorcycle events, so for me this was a change. Although I've been at the Formula 1 Grand Prix in Australia, and we've got several other car events in this country and throughout Europe, the crowds here today were an unknown quantity. I didn't know what they would be like. I didn't know whether they would accept me or not. Turned out very, very well. They loved me.
I know for a fact that when I was videoing you and your stunt rides, at the beginning you were revving your bike really hard, and the audience wasn't really giving it some. But then after about 5 minutes, they were all like booming.
Well, they probably didn't understand what I was doing, and then they could relate to the fact that I'm on a 1200cc machine, and the revving and the smoke and the noise and everything else is just all part of the excitement. Once they'd got comfortable with that, once they saw my smiling face at them as if I was some sort of lunatic, they became very much part of the show, and they cheered and they shouted and they wanted more and everything else. And me riding on the edge just made it that much better.
Of course, because it's much easier to drive a car because it's got 4 points to like have a go on, but two wheels is just a different story altogether, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yesterday the weather was very wet, and I couldn't really do anything. I went out for a few minutes. The surface out there is an asphalt surface, it's not tarmac, and it's very, very different. It's very grippy in a sense, but also it's very slippy. And so yesterday was a disaster. Today we woke up, the sun was shining, and today I've been thoroughly enjoying myself, and everybody else has.
You came a few times very close to me.
I came very close to you because you were standing in the middle. And I thought it would be funny to do that, but the fact that I'm riding close to you, it's good for your camera shots. And
it is indeed, certainly. I was trembling of adrenaline.
Yeah, well, it's all part of it. Don't worry, I'm in control. Well, they do make mistakes. I have made mistakes.
You do make mistakes, but I must say I felt very, very safe with Craig Jones.
Here we are again with Neil from Rockford Fosgate. Neil, you've got 1 or 2 cars on the stand. Do you want to talk me through them? Let's start with the Mark 1 Golf.
Yeah, this car's been doing the rounds for a good 4 or 5 years now. Comes down from the south coast and he goes to all the events, the Volkswagen shows, ultimate fast car shows, and he wins absolutely everything. It's got a real awesome, good sounding system in it. Wins the sound off competitions every year. It's been a real good car for us. It's a very good looking car.
Yeah, it is very good looking. Let's move on to the Nova. Yeah. I mean, that looks like a Nova van to me, that.
Yes, this guy has gone overkill on it. This is one of the guys who works in one of our dealers down in Bournemouth area. And this car again has been winning sort of everything it goes into. Originally was a little diesel van, has now had like 2 litre 16 valve implant, all the gubbins, big wheels, and to go with it, an awesome sounding system.
Excellent.
Hi, I'm here just waiting for Greenwood to give me green light. Greenwood, what's up? Can I do this piece or not?
Just do it!
Right, okay. Remember, a few weeks ago we did the Suzuki 1200 Bandit. Now this is one of the other modifications that you could do to it. This is Andy Scott, who's done all this lovely paint work. He's taken it straight from the bodywork. I mean, that is absolutely gorgeous. Look at the amount of work that's gone on to that van as well.
Thanks a lot, Lobo. That was beautiful. I've been joined here by Mark Gallagher, who owns this Escort van, which has been fabulously painted. Well, it's not really that paint, is it, Mark? What is all this?
It's a Ford Escort van in 1989, and it's got fantasy murals. It's a lad called Andy Scott that did the murals, and a guy called Gary Wilkinson that did the rest of the paintwork.
How long does it take him to do this kind of work on a car? I mean, it's phenomenal.
Well, to get van ready for painting, it takes many months fitting the kit, but the artwork itself took 68 hours.
And did you go through a consultation, like you sort of went through a few sheets and he showed you what you could have on the car, or did you just know straight away?
No, if you've got your own ideas, that's perfect, but it will show you different ideas, and it can work from anything, from a video cover to anything.
And was that your idea to put that little slogan on the back there?
No, that were already on when I bought it.
Oh, so did you buy it like this?
Yeah, I bought it. I've owned it since October 98.
Would you mind me asking how much you paid for it?
It were many thousands, put it that way.
But you must love it. Thanks very much, Mark. Thanks a lot.
Hi, this is Dan, and this is Patrick here. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks.
Good. What is this?
This is an all-terrain military vehicle
but actually put into a civilian use.
Right, so it's road legal?
Absolutely.
So where do you take it?
Anywhere it wants to go.
Anywhere, it will go absolutely anywhere. Dunes, forest, M1?
It is above my capacity, yes.
Good. Well, do you want to ask him anything else?
I'd like to know, what are all these gadgets all around? I mean, there's absolutely loads in here, Patrick. I could have more fun in here than anywhere else I can think of.
Well, to be honest, it's very simple. There's not really much in here that isn't in your average vehicle, except for one little gadget here, which is the tyre central inflation system.
So what does that do? I know I'm going to sound a bit stupid there to you, but what exactly does it do?
It allows you to let the tyres down or inflate them to whatever PSI you want to use at whatever speed.
That's amazing.
Yeah, can I ask you a couple of questions, Patrick? What's it like to park this?
Not a problem. Not a problem.
How wide is it?
7.2 feet.
And how much is it to buy?
Whatever price you want to pay.
Thanks a lot. $19.99 Doncaster is officially over now, and we've been kicked out because we haven't got the proper armbands. Brilliant show, amazing atmosphere, really good cars, a lot of effort made. What a great start to the season. What did you think, Dan?
I thought it was great, especially Craig Jones, the stunt rider. I think that was great, but the car business is all right, but it's more Dave's and Dave's.
Thanks, Dan. It's very good. I hope the rest of the season goes as well as this. I'll leave these two laughing. We're off to the pub. See you next week.
Next week on the Powerhouse, we really have got it all. All the best bits from this series, that is, because right now there's a team of people working around the clock, splicing together the best moments, the best cars from over the last 12 weeks. We know you're going to love it, so make sure we see you next week on the Powerhouse.